After we light the Chanukiah, after we light the Neirot of Chanukah, we say a short prayer which begins with the words Haneirot Halalu Kodeshem. These candles are sanctified, they're special. And we say that both as a declaration for others to hear, but also as a reminder to ourselves that there's something special about the Neirot of Chanukah. And that special is that it is forbidden to derive any benefit from these candles, neither on a weekday nor on Shabbat. Even if you're only using it tangentially or accidentally, and even if you're kind of standing at a distance from the candles, you shouldn't use these Hanukkah candles for that purpose. And not only that, but for example, on Shabbat, there's an obligation to have candles, to have light. Well, that's a mitzvah purpose. So you can't use the Hanukkah candles even for a mitzvah purpose, right? This is in dispute, but in fact, it appears in the Shulchan Aruch as an alternate opinion, but we are careful today not to use the Neirot of Chanukah for any other purpose. In fact, this is the root of the minhag to have a shamash, to have an extra candle, a candle which then kind of mixes in the light of the extra candle, mixes in with the other light. And if you inadvertently find yourself using the candles for some purpose, Gemara talks about counting money or checking things in your wallet or looking at pictures, you have the shamash. You have the shamash as to counterbalance the use of the candles. You could say that you're really using the shamash. Now, it is probably true that if you have other light in the room, that you don't need a shamash, that the shamash doesn't have to stay lit. I mean, after you light the candles, you don't need to have an extra light if there are lights in the room where your menorah is. Nevertheless, minhag b'Yisrael, the minhag in Israel is to have a shamash, to have an extra candle, which is usually lit in the menorah on a different level. There's some way of telling that the shamash is not part of the mitzvah candles, which appear in the menorah, usually the straight line, and the shamash is higher than, or further to the side than the other. So we always use a shamash, and if you are lighting in your house, it's probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea to make sure that there is some other source of light nearby, so that you wouldn't inadvertently use the light from the candles of the Hanukkah menorah to kind of help you out to get wherever you're going, even in your own home.